episode 136 of Gracefully and Frankly. Welcome, welcome. I'm Erin Davis.
I'm Lisa Brantz. And Erin, I am really glad you're here. You know, if you had taken this week off, I would have totally understood it, but that's not how you roll. And I don't think your dad would have wanted you to roll that way either.
Thank you. No, you know,
so sorry.
Thank you, Lisa. And it's this kind of connection, especially with you, but just being able to share and to talk that really does make grief easier for everybody. You know, joy shared is multiplied, pain shared is divided. And this week, on Tuesday, my dear old dad at 92 took his last breath. He was in hospice there at the residence, and he'd been declining steadily for a couple of days, and it was time for him to go and dance with Mom again. So that's what happened. Oh. Yeah.
And it is a rather gentle good night. You know, Ozzy Osbourne died the same day as your dad, right?
God.
And, you know, he had Parkinson's and had this big decline. And some people have been suggesting that maybe he did MAID or some form of it. It seems to have been a surprise, though. 76 years old. But that's not a gentle good night. And that's my dad went through that. And many people's parents do. So I don't know that it makes it any better. And you think that, okay, I know dad's declining and it's going to occur. When my mother had cancer, you know she's going to die and all those things. But I don't know that knowing is any easier than if it had been something sudden. It's still a loss of a person who is fundamental to your life.
It's true. I don't know, though, Lisa, if dementia kind of mitigates that because you're losing them over such a long period of time. Your mother didn't have dementia. Your dad kind of slipped in and out.
My dad did, yeah.
So with dementia, it's a very long goodbye. And in this case, it was just kind of the last step. I kind of thought about Ronald Reagan in this way because Dad at 92, if he didn't have dementia, his body was so strong. He would have kept going for a long time, but he didn't. And finally, you know, he died at the same age as his mom, which is pretty incredible given that Dad had so much more stress and he smoked for a period, not a long one, and he had prostate cancer and stuff. So it was a long, long, full life. You know, he enjoyed his cake last month and smiled and laughed and sang and stuff. So there was still a bit of him in there, but now all of him is with Mom. And that's really, really what gives us so much comfort. But I have to tell you a dad joke because my dad would have laughed at this one. Okay, are you ready for a dad joke?
Totally ready, yeah.
Okay. All right. My dad always said, neither borrower nor lender be. He was a great dad, but a terrible librarian.
Oh, jeez. Insert groan here. That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. You and I are so much on the same page that we had to laugh. Oh my gosh. So set the scene here. You're scrolling through Facebook and you see a picture of my sister Leslie.
Yeah, so your sister Leslie and her husband are camping and they've got almost like the Coldplay couple picture of them near a tent and a tree. They look very happy and they're out in the wilderness. And I wrote something to the effect of, camping? Oh no, blink twice if you're being held against your will. Because that's how I think of camping. And what did you do?
She posted on Facegram. She posted on Facebook, unbeknownst to me. Okay, I'm inventing Facegram. Lisa, do you want to be my first investor? But we all have to be grandmothers or of the grandmother age. Are we in? Okay, Facegram.
Facegram.
And they all have filters for wrinkles. Okay. So I didn't see her picture on Facebook because I'm rarely there except to, you know, kind of keep an eye on my own site. She texted it to me to show me her and Paul camping while Paul has his arm draped over Leslie. And it's not quite a headlock, but that's what I saw. And so I texted to her, blink twice if you need help. So you and I,
independent of each other, we both did this. That's so funny.
We both did the blink twice thing. Well, She laughed, and I laughed when we heard about each other, too. It's just, oh my gosh. But yeah, she tried camping for the first time with her grandson, her late son's son, and it was Dominic's first time camping, and then they went to Dominic's first CFL game, and then they did it again. And all the while, Leslie's getting calls that, okay, your dad is going to be going into hospice care and stuff, and Leslie's saying, oh, I should get back. But we have another sister who was boots on the ground there. But yeah, so you're in the mountains, you don't have the best cell service, you're going camping, you're doing this whole thing. But they're doing it again this weekend. So I don't know if it's Stockholm Syndrome or she really did like it, but she said she's going to do it again.
But one of the things is what you will do for a grandchild or what you will do for a child you love, right?
Yes.
That, we were talking about that just last night with some friends, that we are not beach people. We live in a beach town. But when the kids come and they want to go to the beach, suddenly I'm all about the beach, because you want them to have fun. So, yeah, I totally get that. Your sister's a sweetheart. I just love the idea of her camping.
She really is up for anything, and public toilets and all that kind of thing don't scare her at all. No bugs or anything. But you know what, Lisa, and I did mention this, how few bugs there are here in BC or this part of British Columbia. And, if you were camping in Ontario right now, by the time the sun goes down, every bug that wants to eat you is out.
Yeah.
But that is just not the case in beautiful British Columbia. It's incredible.
Well, then I'm bringing a jar for you next time I come to visit, and we'll just... No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No.
You keep your bugs.
The skeeters are big this year, and they're doing something here. I think they're rebuilding all of the staircases from the beach up to the higher level here in Port Stanley. And so they're letting it all overgrow until they get to it.
Oh.
So the one we come through, it's Pollen City and Bug City. I'm really concerned I'm going to get a tick or something like that. But big flies, mosquitoes that could carry a cat away, black flies up north, all that wonderful stuff. You don't miss that, huh?
Oh, not even the black flies that'd bite you through your jeans while you were mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
Jeez. The previous segment was brought to you by Port Stanley Tourism. Come for the scenery. Stay to be a buffet.
It's only mostly locals that know where these staircases are anyway, so we're good.
Staircases, Stairway to Heaven, different band. But oh my God, this week, Ozzy Osbourne, you did mention him, and we wondered Maid as well. But the thing about his concert 2 weeks ago, with Black Sabbath, kind of a reunion, $190 million, the most ever raised in a charity concert. Talk about going out total metal. And he also had taken himself off his Parkinson's medication so that he could sing and perform.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm going to sing through the pain. And again, total metal. The man lived his music. And I'm not a metal fan, I'm not Black Sabbath, diehard, or anything like that. But you just got to admire the soul and the heart of the man.
Yeah, and he became a bit of a laughing stock in a way when the reality show was on, the Osbournes and stuff like that.
Yes.
But he's so endearing. That didn't even stick because he's just, Sharon. He was helpless without his wife.
Right.
And just a heart of gold. I saw an old clip come up on an old Letterman after Randy Rhoads died. Now, this is after Ozzy was an addict. He was kicked out of Black Sabbath, and he met this guy, Randy Rhoads, who's a guitarist, legend. They hit it off. They formed a band. They went out on the road together. The legend goes that the pilot that Randy Rhoads was flying with in the small plane was buzzing Ozzy's tour bus as a joke and didn't go up in time and went into a house and they were killed. Oh. And Ozzy was just wrecked by this. I mean, he's just a sweet, emotional guy. And if you talk to him about Randy Rhoads, this happened in 1982, and he still could barely talk about it without bursting into tears. I mean, just salt of the earth. Everybody loved Ozzy.
Just a Birmingham boy who was very lucky and did well and gave back. It's a great legacy. And if he chose to go out 2 weeks after his big concert, more power to him. Whatever it takes.
Yep.
And then Malcolm Jamal Warner this week has just been such a gut punch. Little Theo Huxtable from The Cosby Show and more recently from The Resident and 911 and several other roles. This guy, the epitome of health, the picture of health, and just taken out in a tide in Costa Rica. Oh, my God. So sad, Lisa. Gen X and generation whatever we are has just had one terrible week for losing people that some that we knew and loved and some that we just loved or enjoyed, you know?
Yeah. Well, on the upside, the doctor who gave the ketamine to Matthew Perry pleaded guilty, so at least that'll be taken care of. And that's one guy who's going to be going to jail or something.
Yeah, when I saw that yesterday, I thought of the feeling that you and I just had to get in the booth and do a special show. And then I remembered there is a list of explanations, and let's talk about this, why we grieve people we've never met. And they're so important.
We welcome them into our lives. And even now, of course, we might be following them on Instagram and seeing little glimpses into their lives. I mean, we're closer than ever before to celebrities in our minds anyway. We think we know them, and of course we don't as people, but I have no issue and I don't get judgmental or anything about somebody who is devastated by the loss of a performer they really enjoy.
And that actor, they may not have done anything for the last 30 or 40 years. That's the funny thing, right? It's not like they were going to be coming to a town near you next week.
Yes, exactly. But it was a time in your life that was good. We just recently started watching Cheers again right from the beginning.
Yes.
And haven't done that, since the show was on, which was, I don't even want to say how many years ago. Yeah. And then noticing some of the actors who were on there, like the coach. He was under 60 when he died. And you look at it a whole new way when you've got a little bit of maturity under you. But, we met Ted Danson, remember? And that was a big, hairy... we really, literally met Ted Danson, and that was a big, hairy deal.
It was.
And he's so far removed from Cheers by that point.
Yeah. Well, you've mentioned one of the things on this list that makes so much sense is their work helped us get through a difficult time in our lives. And for a lot of us in our 20s and 30s, that was, say, Friends, going back to Matthew Perry.
Oh, totally.
Their work inspired our dreams and goals. They modeled possibility. Their death triggers our grief of previous loss. And when your mother's favorite actor dies, or your dad, so enjoyed, let's say, God forbid, Harry Connick Jr. or Josh Groban or something like that, someone who is younger, someone like that, if they pass, and their passing activates our fears around death. The more we hear about the ages of people, the more we go, ugh.
It's so true. It's so true because when we were kids, and we're like every other generation, when we were kids, and they were, and a 55-year-old died, it's like, oh, well, they had a good long life. No, they didn't.
Honestly. I was 18 when John Lennon died, and I thought 40. Yeah, he'd pretty much done it all. What? And then look at McCartney at 83 and Ringo at 85. My God. And Ozzy didn't get to live that long.
But he lived wide. He didn't live long, but he lived wide. I think he did a lot of what he wanted to do and was beloved by other musicians in all different genres of music. And another clip I saw that, all this stuff is coming up now. The first time he met Paul McCartney, and they embraced each other like old friends because they had that similarity of experience of being beloved by so many people.
Well, we talked about wanting to jump into the studio after Matthew Perry died. Lisa, I have not wanted to do an instant podcast so badly since last week when Stephen Colbert's news came out and the whole Coldplay couple thing exploded. And it wasn't just to make jokes, because there have been jokes upon jokes upon jokes upon jokes, but the whole Coldplay Jumbotron camera thing. There's so many levels to this.
Oh, there really are. You're just not alone in a crowd anymore. You're not anonymous in a crowd anymore. There's cameras everywhere. I don't know how they thought. I guess they thought, well, okay, 66,000 people are going to be there. Nobody's going to notice us. But, oh my goodness, it's like a needle in a haystack. Suddenly, one of the worst moments in the lives of their families is up for everybody to judge.
Apparently, they went to the stadium in separate cars. They didn't want to be connected in any way, and yet there they were, caught on camera. And, I don't know if it would have raised as much of a ruckus if they hadn't reacted the way that they did.
Yeah, maybe. I think you're right. The only reason it went viral is because of the reaction. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, in the moment, I've never
Of course.
cheated on a spouse and done all that kind of stuff. But in the moment, I guess you just would want to hide. I don't know.
Who knows?
The funny thing is, I'd never heard of Astronomer, the company that, I mean, I've heard of astronomers, but the company that they work for. But there was a piece in the Star this week by an employment lawyer who said, okay, it's a moral issue, but why has it become an employment issue? Okay, yeah, he's the CEO. It's dumb, and he's brought all of this attention to the company for the wrong reason. Maybe that they can see. But what this employment lawyer wrote was she there without her consent and in fear for her job? No. Had employees complained about the effect on them because she's being favored? Not that we're aware of. Did they break a workplace code of conduct? Like, those are the reasons you fire somebody. HR, I mean, you think somebody who's the head of HR would know better, but,
God.
Anyway, I thought it was an interesting perspective on it because everybody's got an opinion on it.
Yes, they do. And unfortunately, there was an apology that was issued, and it turned out to be a completely bogus apology, and that really got traction.
Yeah.
But as someone said, the Coldplay CEO incident is the rare internet phenomenon that brings us all together. It doesn't matter your politics, age, gender. For this short moment, we are all one, united in acceptable levels of pettiness and schadenfreude.
That's absolutely right. It's like, just imagine, the humiliation and... Yeah, it will never go away. It's going to be like Bernie Sanders with his mittens, where it's going to be trotted out as a picture that people are going to just repost over and over again forever. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey, you know what you need after a big humiliation?
A drink? What else you got? I can't do that anymore.
A really good nap, and you have to have a good pillow for that.
Yes.
There's your stretchiest segue ever.
Thank you.
If you're still sleeping on traditional cotton or even synthetic satin pillowcases, they might be undoing everything you do for your skin during the day because cotton and synthetic fabrics create friction on your skin and they take away the moisture while you sleep. So even if you're putting that lovely cream on your face, your pillowcase is not doing you any good. And that's something that Envy Pillow is about. They use pure, real mulberry silk and a specialized biofunctional copper infusion to keep the moisture on your face where it belongs. So not only are we talking about keeping those sleep wrinkles off your face with the ergonomic shape of the Envy Pillow and all the other wonderful delights, it's the pillowcase itself, too, that could either be doing you harm or good. So find out more about it at the Envy Pillow website.
Yes, Envy Pillow, ENVY pillow.com. And, of course, use the code GF for 10% off. And just think, mulberry silk. Mulberry silk. Oh, okay, not a Coldplay song, so I can't complete your chunky segue there. But, can we talk about Stephen Colbert? Oh my gosh. Okay, there's no way he is going to be able to complete his 10 months. He is guns a-blazing to the wall from now on. Do you think, Lisa, that CBS and Paramount will possibly keep him on to the end till May next year, no matter how good the ratings are every night?
You know, if he does shows like he did the night he came back, they won't want to, although it probably will win an Emmy. It was so amazing, but with all the other late night hosts except Jimmy Kimmel, who's on vacation. But I don't think so. And nobody believes that it's a financial decision.
No.
Yeah, networks are dying and they don't make a lot of money. And really, when you look at what a hit show was back in the day compared to now, hardly anybody's watching. But they just paid $1.5 billion for South Park, like 3 or 4 days after the announcement.
Wow.
So it's not like they don't have the money. We know it's all about the deal. It's all about the merger. It's all about getting President Orange Peel to sign off on this merger. We weren't born yesterday.
No, it totally is bribery, which is what he called it in the previous week's show. And you just go, whoa. Now, Here's what I want to ask you, and this is in no way defending the decision to fire him, and it's this, Lisa. If you or I were on the airwaves, owned by Rogers, which we were for many years, 680 News for you, CHFI for me, both in Toronto, and lambasted Rogers for raising their Sportsnet rates 30%, which they are going to be doing, we would totally have been fired. Now, we were not the number one late show hosts in America, but we were respectively the number one morning show co-hosts in Toronto.
Right.
We still would have been fired because we know you cannot get away with that with your corporate overlords. So was he poking the bear? Did he do this? Or the Colbert. Did he do this on purpose?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say because you're absolutely right. We would have been fired, but nobody would have claimed it was anything other than what it was, which was insubordination or
justifiable homicide.
Justifiable homicide.
Your career. Yeah.
Right. So maybe he just thought he may as well. He's at a point in his career where he can pretty much write his ticket for what he wants to do anyway. So what's he got to lose, right? Integrity is more important. I don't really know, but you make a really good point about that. We wouldn't have been in the next day.
Yeah.
The key card would not have worked on
the
security system for sure.
Yeah. So you wonder in the real world, you'd never get away with this. And of course, he does have 200 people for whom he is responsible for their daily bread. I think it's interesting that the cancel culture that they accuse the left and the woke of being so guilty of really does come from all sides, and Colbert has been canceled.
He has, but here's another thing, and again, I'm not defending it, as you weren't, but network TV is not anything near what it used to be, and they're going to get rid of the whole late-night franchise.
Yeah.
It's not like he's going to be replaced with, Shane Gillis or somebody who's got more of a MAGA-friendly approach, but maybe it's a business decision they were mulling, and now it's like this is the perfect time to do it.
I'm worried about Kimmel, but you know what? I've been thinking they're probably trying to find a way to deport Guillermo. And it doesn't matter how long Guillermo has been an American citizen. It just doesn't matter anymore, but that's where we are now. If you make the Fanta Führer...
Horrible thought. What a horrible thought.
I know. This is where we are.
It's really like The Handmaid's Tale in a way come true.
Yeah, I see that. And here's a positive note, though. What if Colbert were to become the next Zelensky? And comedian become politician, become president? I mean, why not?
Listen, we know him better than we know a lot of other people.
Yeah.
Remember when he was doing the Colbert Report and he was playing a character and everybody got past that. Yep. And now we know what's in his heart and what he's like. He's Catholic.
Very. Probably the most prominent religious person who isn't making money off his religion in America.
Exactly. So that would play well as well. I don't know. Could he do it?
I don't know either.
You know, it's funny. Someone said this week, we don't understand how politics works anymore. And it's true, because everything we would have said that somebody either wouldn't get into office for or whatever would happen, none of it is happening. It's all upside down. So, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, who can predict anything when it comes to politics anymore? So let's, I hope he runs. And it would be great if he won.
A TV host running for president. What? Yeah, okay. You're running or just walking, like my dad did, Sierra Sil will help you with your joint pain. It will. And when I started endorsing Sierra Sil back on those radio days that I talked about, my dad, of course, when I saw that he was in pain and he was still doing his daily walks / marches around the neighborhood with his headphones on and listening to military marches, I thought it was great, but he said he had pain in his big toes, and I suggested Sierra Sil. And for years and years and years, it helped him to walk, it helped him to march, it helped him to stay mobile. You don't have to be elderly to try Sierra Sil, but it really does work, and that's what you wanted it for too, Lisa, for your joints and for walking.
And it makes a world of difference to not have that pain. It helps you enjoy and notice things around you when you're not worried about how you're going to hurt. Check them out at sierrasil.com, Sierra like the mountains, SIL.com. And with your code GF, you'll get 14% off your purchase.
That's right. Be walking those brand new stairs in Port Stanley, just like Lisa does. Do you miss walking a dog? I bet you do.
Oh, I totally do. I miss it so much. I really do.
Well, when we stumbled upon this story about something called elderdog.ca, boy, howdy, did we think of you. And I sent it to you right away. It's got to resonate with a lot of people, and maybe us talking about it is going to help other people to connect with four-legged friends.
Yeah, Elder Dog Canada. They're right across the country, except for the prairie provinces right now. So maybe somebody want to start a location there. But they look after older dogs and older people. So if you think, oh, I'm too old to get a dog, I don't know what's going to happen or whatever, because for free, they will come and help you look after your dog. They will pick up dog food for you. You have to pay for it, but they will bring it to you.
You said dog food and not dog poo right there, right? Eh? They will pick up dog food for you? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
And
just checking.
And if something, God forbid, happened to you and your dog is 10 years or older, they will make sure the dog is rehomed or looked after. They do all these great things. It's for older people and older dogs. Aging dogs and aging people, they say, honoring and preserving the animal-human bond. And like I say, they're all over the country. They take donations. It's just an amazing charitable endeavor. And I hadn't heard about it till you told me.
Well, maybe if there isn't a chapter near you, wherever you're listening from, you can start one up too. Again, elderdog.ca, that's the website?
Yes, it is. And they call their chapters pods, PAWD. And on the website, it says set up a location. I mean, they've got them all on the East Coast, everywhere in the East Coast, in Ontario, Alberta, BC, just not in the prairies right now. So if somebody would want to start one up, that's a great way to go.
It absolutely is. Well, what a heartwarming little story that is. And we're so happy to pass that along. Oh, and you mentioned, the prairies and the Maritimes and all the different parts of the country. Well, we got a voicemail this week, Lisa, from Laura Ferry in, get this, New Brunswick. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Good morning, ladies. Just sitting on my beautiful deck in Quispamsis, New Brunswick, listening to my favorite podcast. I want to share a couple of interesting facts from this week's wonderful conversation. Firstly, Lisa, you are now my official friend. One of my other friends was heading to St. Thomas for a girls' weekend. She mentions that they went to Port Stanley. I replied, my friend Lisa lives there. Oh my goodness, I nearly peed my pants. The next share blog is that St. Stephen's in New Brunswick isn't doing that well. The duty-free store is closing, and that is sad. You guys take care. Love yous. Bye.
Well, thank you, Laura. And it's so good that she feels like you're her friend in Port Stanley, Lisa.
Absolutely. Hey, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Yeah, and just send us your voicemail on any topic, anything at all, something you've heard in the show, something you want to hear, whatever. gracefullyandfrankly.com. The little microphone in the bottom right, you just click on it and follow along, record yourself, and tell us your name and where you're from and send it off. It's really easy.
It really is. It really is. And if you don't get it right the first time, try again. Just like you do when you're making our T-shirts, and you've got some new stuff you've been working on at our Gracefully and Frankly page.
There is a new T-shirt with some cleverness from Aaron Davis.
Wow.
And the style is, it's too tired to be wired. It's a coffee T-shirt. It's about the love for coffee.
Mm-hmm. What it's about is, you're having a third cup of coffee. Aren't you going to be wired? No, I'm too damn tired to be wired. Give me my coffee.
Exactly.
Too tired to be wired. And if they weren't so prohibitively expensive, we'd have it put on a nightshirt.
Yes, they're expensive. Plus, nobody sees a nightshirt. We want you to get out there with your Queenager on there. The other thing we have is coffee mugs. Now we have coffee mugs.
What? You mean I can throw this one away?
You can. They have color on the inside.
What color?
You can choose from about 4 or 5 colors right now.
Yay!
And one thing I want to explain is because coffee mugs are delicate.
Yes.
Shipping is a little bit more.
Yes.
So the coffee mug itself the price is really low. That's to offset the fact that shipping costs a little bit more.
Good.
Just so you don't have a heart attack and go, oh my goodness, the coffee mug's only $12. And then when you see what shipping is. So
Yeah, right.
But they're beautiful. They stand up. I've had one for quite a while. I've been testing it to make sure that it goes through the dishwasher perfectly and everything, and it does. It holds up great.
What color is your one?
Mine is black.
So black on the inside and white on the outside?
And I just ordered another one that's blue on the inside.
Nice. Okay.
Really, I only do this for me, Erin.
Well,
No, I'm kidding.
That's good. No, we thought you'd like it too. So go to gracefullyandfrankly.com and take a look at everything that we've got there. We love to have you there. Oh, Lisa, we cannot end this week without this week's edition of Twits. Well, come on. How could it not be the Twit Hall of Famers, the CEO and the director of HR at a company nobody had ever heard of, but now knows the name of, Astronomer? And so we bring you this, borrowing very liberally from a MasterCard commercial. Cost of the concert, hotel, $200. Tickets, $600. Food, drinks, $150. Divorce attorney, $50,000. Getting exposed by Coldplay on the Jumbotron for having an affair with your coworker? Priceless.
I love it. They could be twits for the next year. I don't think anyone's going to beat them, but we'll let them go after this week.
Yes, we shall. We shall move on to other twits because they're out there and we're watching. Oh, thanks for helping me through this week, Lisa. Your texts and your kindness and even asking for my address. If you're sending me a card, I'm going to feel so guilty because I will come home from the card store, and I've done this twice with her now in the last month, and in detail, perfect draw a picture detail, I have told her about what the card says and what the card depicts, and then I said, and I was going to buy it for you, so I just told you about it.
I love that you and Rob show each other cards and then never buy them. I think that's hilarious. Yeah. See, this is why we're in different socioeconomical classes.
Yeah, because I'm not spending those $10 on cards.
That's right.
My dear.
Do you know what I bought today? It was half price. It's vanilla scented birthday wrap because it was being sold out and it's half price. Who needs that? I don't need that. Do you need that?
I'd love that.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. I'll take a picture of it and show it to you.
Vanilla scented birthday wrap? Well, September 26th. I'm just saying.
All right, my dear. Look after yourself.
Oh, I will. With the kindness and support of people around us and people we haven't met yet, it's just been wonderful. And as I say, Dad's having the last dance and hopefully the last laugh, too. Oh, one more thing. Can I tell you? My sister Leslie, her daughter goes to Dollarama the other day, yesterday, and comes home and she goes, "Here, Skippy," which is what she calls her mom, and gives her this chocolate bar. Well, first off, Leslie doesn't eat chocolate or sugar because she does keto too. So why Evelyn brought her this, I have no idea. Secondly, it's a Bounty bar, which was my dad's absolute favorite chocolate bar in the whole world, chocolate and coconut, and my niece didn't know that.
Oh, are you
So
kidding?
Leslie said, she starts crying, and Evelyn's like, what? What'd they do? And Leslie goes, "This is Dad's very favorite chocolate bar, so thank you."
Aww.
So there you go. Oh, Dad, I'll be waiting for mine.
Talk to you next week.
All right, honey. Bye for now.
Bye.